Good morning, everyone. I'm just letting everybody into the room here. Just give me a minute to get this thing going. I think we have a lot to talk about today. It was an exciting week last week, plus we were off the week before. And let's see here. Let's get everybody into the meeting. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay.
Yes, we can hear
Is that
you.
good?
Good.
Okay. Thanks, Debbie. All right. Oh, my camera's not on. There we go. All right. I almost forgot how to do Zoom. It's been a couple weeks. So let's get everybody in. And I feel like with a lot of you guys, I've actually met you in person now, so that's kind of weird. But it's good. It's a good weird. So I'm glad to have met everybody last week at Five Star. I think we had a phenomenal conference. I was slammed the whole time I was there, so it was good. Um, didn't stay out too late. I know that some of you guys did, but that's all right too. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with any wins from the past week. I know we definitely have some.
Good morning, Eric. How are you?
Hi, Katrina.
Hi. So I had a win. I had a closing last Monday, and I actually have one going on right now.
Oh, fantastic.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw last week, so that's great. So good job.
Thank you.
That's what we want, lots of closings.
Yes.
So great. That's great. So any other wins for the week, Jason?
Hey Eric, just a house. It was a listing that I've got that was, getting a little old, and so we were getting impatient for it to finally get a good buyer, and it went under contract last week at like 93 days. So obviously we don't like stuff sitting around that long. A separate client, but it was one we worked long and hard to finally get under contract. So happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that's always a sticking point with a lot of the assets we get through Home Partners. And I would just say, make sure that when your BPOs are done and your updates, just be real clear with the language you're using. Paint a picture with words as to what's happening with the listing, maybe some recent sales that have gone on in the area. Try to get them to come to terms with let's get this thing at the right price point as soon as possible, because that even helps even with open houses. You're going to have less traffic through an open house when you're not priced right than if you are priced right. So I know that's something we're continuously working on in the conversations that I have with agents at Five Star reiterated that, but it is what it is. It's our clients, and we're here to provide the best possible service for them. Get them the best price at the highest price at the least amount of concessions. So we got to deal with the space, but it's with that being said, you guys are boots on the ground, and that's where you guys can make all the difference in the world. So, well, good news, good job. Any other wins from the past week? We don't have to stop at three. I mean, we can keep going. So, any other wins?
Yeah, I have a couple of wins.
Oh, hey,
Uh,
Melissa. But
Hi. Hey, I missed you guys.
were
Um,
you there? Or I didn't see
no, I
you.
was not. I didn't get to attend. I had to have oral surgery, and so it was
Oh, I'm
not
sorry to
great.
hear that.
But yeah, I got one of my pyramid listings under contract. We've been having that one for a while, and so inspections were done yesterday. We knew it was going to be bad, but the buyer seems okay with it because they really want the property and didn't ask for much on concession. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And then I
Yeah, we
have a
just
new seller.
oh,
So
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
excited.
I know things are heating up down there in Texas. It's been a crazy year. I know. I took a forced week off with the conference. I didn't even look at social media, Facebook. I didn't realize you guys were posting all those pictures and stuff on Facebook of the conference. I hope you didn't get me in any of them because I'm not allowed to be in any pictures. Just kidding. But no, it was fun. It was really a lot of fun. Any other wins from the conference or any other wins in general?
I can tell you that we had conversations with two additional hedge funds that also own brokerages about joining kind of this alliance that we put together, right? And we already have a very special thing going, where we have 3 or 4 asset managers that have came together. But this will start to dictate the future of this market and in our group, and we will be able to all increase production, help other people increase in production as well. So we had some really big meetings that were a huge win for us.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I know I was a part of a few of those, and it's really exciting to see. Yeah, I really feel like our group is really the tip of the iceberg right now. I think there's a lot more of, great things to come moving in the future, and everybody on this call has been an early adopter. You've taken your chance with us, but hopefully it's paying off. And I know that you're moving into 25, 26. The next 3 to 5 years is going to be a whirlwind, and I think it's just going to keep growing and getting bigger and have more opportunities. One of the things I love doing. And sometimes it takes me a little bit of a force to get started with it, but it's to write the weekly newsletter. And I always start, some people, I was watching a show over the weekend, and, some people do a lot of research and do a lot of reading, and then they start. And for me, I just like to sit down and just start to write my thoughts as much as possible. What went on for the past week, where we're going. And this past newsletter that we did, I think it came together pretty well because it was a 5-star recap, but it was also kind of an end of the third quarter recap because there's so much that's happened in the past year. We're headed to 250 billion in sales for just our group. Everybody under Darren and myself. That doesn't even include with people under Larry and Jeff Russell. I mean, that's even higher. I mean, just hundreds of millions of dollars in production. But we couldn't do it, number one, without you guys on the ground doing the work. But we really couldn't do it either without our partnerships that we've developed over the last couple of years. And everything we developed over the last 2 years was in the works, 2 to 3 years before that. So this isn't just something that we just thought of. It was a thought, but that thought was coming together over time, and it's really been a great thing to see unfold. And I'm really extremely excited about fourth quarter of 24 and moving into next year. I'll be starting to do my battle planning and my business planning. One thing I always try to focus on or try to work from is a business plan. Now, I'll be honest, this year my business plan kind of got blown up because there was a lot of moving parts and a lot of things happened quickly that we just had to pivot and change. But the core of our plan was always in place. And that was to be, for me anyhow, was to be reaching out to agents, not only you guys, but other agents. But our focus really started to change mid-year into not only attracting, newer agents, but making sure that you guys are well fed, you guys are well taken care of. And that's been our ongoing philosophy with American Destiny, MCM Capital, Temple View, and then all the new clients that they're working with, that we're starting to try to work with. And the one thing, I had a couple times opportunities to have, a chance to talk with Darren over the weekend or over the past week at the 5-star. We had dinner together, and that's his focus too. And that's where he wants to see us really land in a spot where you guys can be having more and more opportunities, not only through our partners, but also, on your own, just from the education and coaching that you're getting from us. So well said, Larry. Sorry, I rambled there. Any other wins for the week? Well, again, I was really glad to have met a lot of you guys in person. Jason, April, Debbie, Katrina, I've met before. I didn't see you. You weren't there, Michelle, were you? You didn't get a chance to go up to 5-star?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no problem. And Barry Tanner, I don't think he's on the call yet, but he was trying to get on oh, here he comes. So yeah, we had a chance to really get to know you guys. And we had 3 really great events. We had the Seizing REO Opportunities event, which we hope to do again in the future. It's a great event. It's an hour and a half of just, good ideas and best practices, not only for an REO agent, but for an agent in general that wants to excel in the real estate field. So Larry was gracious to do that on Monday, and we got some great reviews from not only the agents in attendance, but also our sponsors, the people that actually gave us the space to use, came up to me afterwards and said, "Hey, this was a great event. I can't believe you guys pull this together, and we're able to do this. So that was good to see. And then we had a little bit of a hiccup event on Tuesday with our meet and greet, but it seemed to come together. And I apologize for anybody that showed up at the backyard and had to come back to the hotel. But we were, standing room only, literally, and a great event. I got to speak with probably 50 people at that event alone. Um, which is good because putting a face to a name is always important, I think, for all of us when we're doing that. And then a little bit of a surprise event on Wednesday with American Destiny. Tanya had pulled that together. I wasn't even really involved with that, so that came together pretty well. And I think most people on this call were able to attend that as well. So, we're looking for feedback from Five Star. Anybody that was there, I'll be sending out probably a survey type email. We'll put like a survey in one of our future emails. Maybe even I'll do that in the ADR REO. I haven't published that yet, so I'll do like a survey of what they thought was good about the event, what could have been done better. Did get some feedback that some people came away, not anybody on this call, I don't believe, but some people from the event came away feeling a little, like they didn't get as much value out of the event. But I was trying to really prep everybody that was in our group to make this event a planned event. Don't go there just to show up. Go there with an intention to come back with some product, meeting new agents, meeting an asset manager, or even if you met one new asset manager or a new business person, that might be a benefit for you guys. So we tried to make sure that anybody on this call came back from that event with some product, something of benefit, something of value. So as far as the newsletter goes this week, nothing earth-shattering in it. Take a look at it if you can. I did notice Club Wealth had a new list of regional events. There's some in Georgia. So if you guys from Georgia can make it to those events, I think there's two locations. I don't remember where they were. If you guys give me a second here, I'll pull up the newsletter. Larry, while I'm pulling up the newsletter, anything else to go over with these guys?
Man, it was a busy week last week. It was great to see and meet a lot of you guys in person that I had never met before. It's always wonderful to do that and get some more face time. A lot of you guys, have already capped out. A lot of you guys are heading towards Icon agent status. If you guys are in that realm of Icon agent status, if you're not, it's not as big of a deal. If you are, I would make sure that you guys are at EXPCon as well, because you get a portion of your stock. I don't know all the details or anything like that, but you do get a portion of stock gifted to you for attending the different EXP events. And so with the production in this group, we have a lot of those. We have a lot of those folks. And so I would make sure that that's on your agenda. A lot of you guys next year for sure, because you guys are capped out. You guys are on that road to Icon. And that's where we get everything that we paid into the cap back in equity in the company. And for Ariana and I mean, that's a game changer, right? We have close to 6 figures in stock. Granted, we've been here for 6 or 7 years, but just for doing the amount of business that we would have done anywhere else. That is a beautiful, just, safety net that's sitting there. And so you guys want to make sure that you capture all of those opportunities and stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a down payment on a vacation house, or that's a your kid's whole 4-year tuition in a 529 plan. There's a lot of different options for that. So I did pull up the Club Wealth Regional. We have Augusta, Georgia on October 21st, Tucker, Georgia, October 22nd, Greenville, South Carolina on October 23rd, and then Arizona we have November 5th in Chandler, November 6th in Tucson, and then anybody in Albuquerque, New Mexico, November 8th. So that's kind of, these events are kind of in the future, but there's a lot of, has anybody on this call been to a Club Wealth event? Katrina, you have. Brian, okay, Larry.
Yeah,
So
I have.
what do you guys think about them? Are they pretty good to go to, or?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Michael
thought so too.
Ellison's actually we've had him on my mastermind and stuff before. He's a friend of mine in the industry. They run a really good coaching program. I mean, I coached and trained for Tom Ferry for 8 years. Little bit difference in styles, but I really like how he does it. For me at Tom Ferry, I would get partnered with like new agents, which is not something that like I can't do, but it's something that a lot of people can do to help agents build a foundation. And so I would decline a lot of clients if it wasn't a good fit. What I really like about Club Wealth, if you ever get into their coaching or you just know how it's set up, is that your coach always has done and is doing more production than you. So they have different tiers. And so if you're less than 20 deals, then you have coaches that are doing 20 to 40 deals. If you're doing 20 to 40 deals, you have coaches that are doing 50 to 100 deals. And so you're always learning from people that are currently doing more than you. So that way you're kind of relatable. So that's one of my biggest takeaways of how they've set up their coaching program, because other coaching programs aren't like that. And you might need somebody that's specializing in affiliate services so you can capture more on the 100 deals that you're doing right now and stuff. So it's a good event. There's always great content and stuff like that. Whether you do coaching or not is irrelevant to Eric or myself. Like, we don't get compensated for it. But if you think it's a value, that's one of the things that I really like. And I have coaches, and I believe that's how we learn from other people that are doing it at a higher level.
Yeah, I agree. Any other takeaways from the Club Wealth events? I mean, I see Jeff's on the call. He can talk if he wants to talk to that. I also wanted to let you.
The events specifically are really good for making connections if you're in the program, and I am, with higher level coaches, right in line with what Larry was saying is, I mean, when we were in Dallas, I met some higher level coaches, but I'm looking for a coach that's another level up. I'm getting ready to level up with Club Wealth, and the next level coach, there's a bunch of them around the country, and you're not limited. Because I'm in Arizona doesn't mean I can't pick somebody that's across the country. In fact, my current coach is in New York, and it's nice to get to know somebody at a Club Wealth event and decide if that person would be a nice fit for you at the next level.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Brian. I think one of the things I like about the events is that it's a value add to people that you know in the area. So if you know somebody in Tucson, or you're going to be going, or even if you're not going to be going, you just want to get them to go to that event. It's just something that they can go and know that that's available to them. And the way that Jeff's worked it out with our group, anyhow, is that you guys can participate with the monthly buy side and list side masterminds, which are held on Wednesdays typically, which are days I can never be on the call. But I've been on a couple of them in the past, and they are top notch. I mean, the one day I was on with Austin Hellickson, who's a rock star up in Seattle, who does 100 deals a year, and he's like 24 years old. It's the kid's amazing. But just to get ideas, even if you got one idea once a month that got you an extra lead or an extra deal, it's worth it. I mean, it's worth an hour of your time anyhow. But yeah, I just want to bring those up because there's 6 events left for this year through November, and they're great to go to for yourself, but they're also even better to go to with a friend or a couple friends, because they're free. I mean, normally they're $200 to go to these things, but you can bring a friend, and potentially that person could be in our group somewhere down the road because of the value added that we're giving to them. So, but yeah, as far as the rest of the newsletter, you just take a look at it. There was a bunch of things I was trying to send you guys this month. The main point was the fact that we had our masterminds coming up, the Club Wealth coming up. We had a recap from 5-Star that, again, I'll be sending everybody a survey. That's when it gets everybody's 2 cents on what you thought was good, what you thought could be done better. And next week we're still trying to pull together Darren's group call with us, although I don't think it's actually going to be next week. It might be the week after. So I just have to talk. I think he's traveling next week, but we're going to work that out. We'll make sure that we have Darren on for his monthly group call. If you guys have any questions before that call, certainly reach out to me. I talk to Darren at least once a day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. But as you can imagine, coming back from this conference, and he had the whole team there, except for maybe 2 or 3 of his asset managers. Just about everybody else was there. And so they have a lot of catch-up work to do this week as far as tasks and assignments. Although I think a couple of you guys got an assignment like Saturday, Wednesday night at like midnight. So our team never sleeps. But anyhow, anything else you guys wanted to go over today or talk about today? That's all I had on my agenda for the day. So just to recap for this week, tomorrow we have our agent attraction call with Larry, and I will do that along with Jeff Russell. We'll just talk about different ways that you can bring people into your group. And I have a couple agents. One's on this call today. They're starting to see some. They're starting to attract. They've doubled their team in the last month, which is really great to see. And then every day we have Jeff and Kelly's huddle at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. And then Friday, Larry White has his wealth building mastermind. Larry, anything going on this Friday or for your mastermind?
I'm sorry. I was listening to a couple of different things going on in my house over here. What was the question? I apologize.
We were just asking if there's anything going on with your mastermind this Friday for the call.
I don't have a guest yet, but that's on my list to try and line up another round of guest host and stuff. I'm looking. I don't have anybody else lined up. I'm trying to get Bill Pipes, who is an amazing coach, actually one of my favorites. He was an old accountability partner of mine. I'm trying to get him on, but schedules are kind of tough. So I am trying to line up somebody, but I don't have anybody at this second.
Okay, but your calls are always good whether you have a guest or don't. I mean, it's just, you guys, we should all be tapping in to at least one call a week, and that's a great one to tap into. But again, Jeff and Kelly, they run an awesome huddle every day, Monday through Friday at 10:30 Eastern. So if you can make those as well, I'll be jumping on here in a couple minutes. But if there's nothing else, I'll let you guys go for the week, and we'll be continue these mastermind calls every week. I will be out of the country, but I plan on still running these masterminds. And Helena, you're going up to Boca, so have a good time up there. Anybody else going to NADP? All right. We'll bring back some topics of conversation so that we can talk about that next week. So, all right, guys, we have a good rest of the day. I appreciate all of you. We'll talk to you all soon.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you later.
Thank you.